All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to crack the case on a super common but often confusing trouble code that pops up on a lot of Fords. So there you are, just driving, everything's fine, and then, boom, that little orange engine light flicks on. You know that feeling, right? That little pit in your stomach? So you grab your code reader, you plug it in, and you hold your breath. And there it is, P0106. Okay, so you've got your first clue. But what on earth is your car actually trying to tell you? What does this code even mean? Before we even think about grabbing a wrench, we've got to understand the problem. So first things first, let's translate this code from mechanic speak into plain English. Okay, so at the very center of this whole mystery is a little part called the manifold absolute pressure sensor, or MAP sensor for short. Just think of it like a weather forecaster for your engine. It's constantly telling the car's computer about the air pressure inside the intake manifold, which is absolutely critical info for the engine to run right. Now, here's the key thing to understand about P0106. It doesn't always mean your MAP sensor is broken. What it really means is that the information the MAP sensor is sending, well, it just doesn't add up. The car's computer is looking at the data and saying, wait a second, this can't be right. It's like an argument between the sensor and the computer, and that disagreement is what flips on your check engine light. All right, I need you to pay really close attention here. If you remember only one single thing from our little chat today, make it this. There is one golden rule, one non-negotiable first step whenever you see a P0106 code. That's it. Just stop. Before you buy any parts, before you even open the hood, you have to find out if P0106 showed up alone or if it brought friends to the party. Why? Because more often than not, P0106 is just a symptom of a totally different problem. And this is so important because this code loves to show up with other trouble codes, other DTCs. And if you ignore those other codes and just go replace the MAP sensor, I can almost guarantee you're going to be wasting your time. And worse, your money. You haven't fixed the real issue. So please, always check for other codes first. Okay, so let's say you did your homework. You scan for other codes and P0106 is flying solo. Now we can start the real detective work. It's time to line up the usual suspects. When this code is the only one you see, our research shows that the problem usually boils down to one of three main culprits. Let's break them down, one by one. Our first suspect is basically a lazy sensor. The MAP sensor might technically still be working, but it's just gotten slow. You hit the gas, the pressure changes instantly, but the old sensor just can't keep up and report that change fast enough. The computer sees that delay, knows something's off, and bam, it throws the code. Suspect number two is a lot simpler. The sensor is just plain busted. It could be cracked, maybe it's got oil on it, or something inside has just failed. A damaged sensor is going to send garbage data or no data at all to the computer, leading to bad performance and that P0106 code. And now for our final suspect, and this one is the plot twist. You'll notice it's not the MAF sensor at all. It's the mass airflow, or MAF sensor. See, this other sensor measures how much air is coming into the engine, and the computer compares its reading to the MAP sensor's reading to make sure everything makes sense. If the MAF sensor is broken, it can make a perfectly good MAP sensor look like it's the one with the problem. It's a classic case of one bad part framing another. So we've got the code, we've followed our number one rule, and we've lined up our suspects. And here's the good news, once you've identified the cause, the solution is usually super direct. I mean, just look at this chart. It doesn't get much clearer. If the cause is a slow or damaged MAP sensor, you replace the MAP sensor. If the real culprit turns out to be a damaged MAF sensor, you replace the MAP sensor. It's a nice, clean, direct line from the problem to the fix. No guesswork needed. And you know what? We're going to end this on that single most important point because it's that crucial. I'm just going to read this quote from the source material one more time. P0106 is often accompanied by other DTCs, which should be checked and diagnosed before addressing the Ford code P0106. That is the absolute key takeaway here. So the next time that check engine light pops on, I want you to ask yourself this question. Is this code the whole problem? Or is it just the first clue in a much bigger story? Because being a good troubleshooter isn't just about reading a code. It's about understanding the story your car's trying to tell you. Thanks for coming along for this quick diagnostic ride.